Eagles. Eagles.
It is Thursday night football, and the 2025 NFL season gets underway. Welcome in, everyone, to the GreenZone across the JAKIB Sports Network. I'm Joe Krause, and I am glad to be with you for what will be an exciting game down at Lincoln Financial Field, and we will be with you for the entire broadcast today. Thank you very much for joining us tonight for the debut of the GreenZone across the JAKIB Sports Network. The Eagles won the toss and they have deferred, so the Eagles will kick off, and you'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense as they will start tonight, and Dak Prescott we'll see what he can do with his offensive weapons. Schottenheimer against Sirianni, and this stage is set down at Lincoln Financial Field to get the 2025 season underway. We're glad to be with you. We're all powered and fueled by Morgan & Morgan, and it's the 2025 GreenZone across the JAKIB Sports Network. Glad you're with us, and glad you're here with us for the debut of the GreenZone. Jake Elliott is in, and Elliott will kick off for the Eagles as we get set to begin. Of course, they had the unveiling of the banner to begin the ceremony, and now set to begin. Elliott's kick is high and deep, taken by the Cowboys down along the sideline, and then run up out of bounds as Turpin gets a good return for the Dallas Cowboys, a very dangerous return man. He runs out of bounds, and the Cowboys will take over. First down and 10 for the Cowboys. We'll see George Pickens. He's a wide receiver one matched up with CeeDee Lamb, so we'll see what that looks like tonight, and we'll see what the Dallas offense looks like. They don't run a lot, or they don't expect them to run a lot, so we'll see how it all plays out. But Dak Prescott loves to throw this football, and we'll see how it plays out tonight. Van Sumeren is down on the field. He was injured on special teams, sitting down on the field in what looks like a glaze. There's a flag down on the very, very first play of the game, the opening kickoff from Jake Elliott. We'll wait until they sort it all out. It's Cowboys and Eagles, week 1 of the National Football League. Welcome in, everyone, to our GreenZone. We're glad you're with us. A little bit of a delay. Here we go. Jalen Carter flagged with an unsportsmanlike conduct to begin the game. And from the replay, Carter walked across the line and said something to Dak Prescott and picks up an unsportsmanlike, stupid play by Jalen Carter. You get nothing out of that at all. A 15-yard penalty will get stepped off against Carter. and Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense, when play resumes, will pick up 15 yards on the Turpin return thanks to Jalen Carter. We're waiting for things to get started, and while we wait, we'll take a 30-second break here on the Green Zone and come back and pick it up. This is the Green Zone on JAKIB Sports. Back in a moment.
This is Eric. When he got injured, and if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
All right, set to go for the Cowboys. They go 1st and 10 as Prescott snaps the football, and Dallas off the left side of the line. Williams on the carry, cracks over on the left side of the line, gets good positive yardage on that first down carry. So the Cowboys come out and run the football on a first down carry. They cross over midfield. They get into Eagles territory. 2nd down for the Cowboys. Again, Jalen Carter with a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. 2nd and 3, they gain 7 on the opening carry. Here comes Prescott, snap to him out of the gun. They run the jet sweep, and it's good enough for a first down as Turpin makes his way over the first down marker in the line to gain. And the Cowboys on 2 carries here in their first possession, less than a minute of play, and it's a 1st down and 10. Cavante Turpin, who had the return on the opening kickoff from Elliott, and then he picks up the first down. 1st down and 10 for Dallas. Football now on the 42-yard line of the Eagles. Snap the Prescott out of the gun. Short dump, pitch and catch. Pass is complete, and it's dropped down. That's Pickens, and we'll look to see how Pickens and Prescott tonight match up. George Pickens is a number 1 matched up. CeeDee Lamb is a number 1, and he will be a weapon, and they will look to exploit that Eagles secondary tonight. Short gain, 2nd down for the Cowboys. Opening drive from Lincoln Financial Field. You're watching the Green Zone. A 6-yard pass completion. It's 2nd down and 4. Now Prescott in. He's now up under center. 2nd and 4. Let's see if this defense can get a stop. Straight up the gut again. 2nd carry again. And that time it's Williams. And Williams gets up close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. He might be a little bit short, and he is about a half yard. So it'll bring up the first 3rd down of the game for the Cowboys offense. Hope you're glad you're with us here on the Green Zone, and I hope you stick around for the game. Watch the game on television. Turn the audio down. It's 3rd and 1 for Dak Prescott and the offense. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the opening quarter. Now Prescott again. He's under center. Snap to Prescott. He's taking a shot down the field. He's got his man, and his pass is complete inside the 5-yard line. And that is CeeDee Lamb, and he's got it, and he's out of bounds. Good shot from Prescott, and a first down. It'll be 1st down and goal. Lamb beats Adoree Jackson. Now Prescott lobbing into the end zone for Lamb, and he's all tied up. And Adoree Jackson is going to get the flag. He was holding on to CeeDee Lamb, and it might be a long, long night if Adoree Jackson is matched up with CeeDee Lamb. Pass interference on Jackson. You can clearly see it on the replay. Half the distance to the goal line, 1st down and goal. Dallas knocking on the door, opening drive. Prescott up again under center. Snap to Prescott, straight up is Williams, and he gets into the end zone, and Dallas has strikes first with their first touchdown on their opening drive. Javonte Williams, and that offense went right down the field on this Eagles defense, and it was all set up by Jalen Carter, and I can't tell you how bad of a decision that was for Jalen Carter on the opening play of the 2025 season after the kickoff to walk across the line of scrimmage and get in Dak Prescott's face for nothing. Absolutely, absolutely dumb by Jalen Carter. Extra point is up, and the kick is good, and the Dallas Cowboys have scored first. It is Dallas 7, and the Eagles, no score. You're watching the Green Zone on JAKIB Sports. We'll take a 30-second break. Back in a moment. If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor, and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426. That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone. And back here on the Green Zone here on the JAKIB Sports Network. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Xander Krause and John McMullen from down at Lincoln Financial Field. And then, of course, the post-game show as we kick it off with Game 1 of the 2025 NFL season. The road to repeat, the road to the Super Bowl all starts tonight as the Eagles and the Cowboys line up for a Thursday night edition of the NFL's debut. Eagles and Cowboys don't start off against each other very often playing in this opening game, but it was a raucous crowd to begin, and as they unveiled the Lombardi Trophy and the banners inside of Lincoln Financial Field. But that now is yesterday's story as the opening drive, the Dallas Cowboys go right down the field and score the first touchdown. Dak Prescott with the big strike to CeeDee Lamb, and then Williams into the end zone for the touchdown, and Dallas has a 7-0 lead. We'll see what Jalen Hurts and the offense can do as they come back to match him. We'll see what they do with their first possession of the night. Jalen Hurts and all the pressure of that is on his shoulders to get this team back to the Super Bowl. We'll see how it all plays out tonight. Dallas now set on the field, getting ready to kick off following that opening drive, touchdown, 7-0 in favor of the Cowboys. The kick sails out of the end zone. It'll be a touchback for the Eagles, and the offense will come out, and that's where they will start. And again, on the kickoff, a flag is down. 2 kickoffs tonight and 2 flags. We'll see what the call is. So the flag's going to be marked off against the Philadelphia Eagles. An illegal motion penalty is charged up to the Eagles, moving ahead of the kick. So the 5-yard penalty puts the Eagles back from the 35 to the 30, and that's where the offense will start. They'll start first down and 10. Tyler Steen in at right guard. Jalen Hurts is your quarterback. Saquon Barkley will line up behind him. Hurts is in the gun, standing on the 25. Fakes the flip to Barkley, fires across, has his big tight end. There's Dallas Goedert, and he's got it. And Goedert is run out of bounds. Good short pitch and catch from Hurts to Goedert. Great way to start the offensive first series tonight. Second down for the Eagles offense, 2nd and 2. That pitch and catch picked up. Hurts out of the gun again. He gives it to Barkley. Barkley tries to cut back up to the inside, and he crosses over the first down marker. So the Eagles go 2 plays and get the first down. They move the sticks. It'll be 1st down and 10. Van Sumeren, by the way, who was injured on that opening kickoff, has already been ruled out for the rest of the game. 1st down and 10 now for Philadelphia. They trail to the Cowboys. Eagles in their midnight green going right to left. Hurts now under center. Hurts fakes to Barkley. Now he rolls. Now he's under pressure. Now he steps up. Now he's got positive yardage. Crosses over the 45-yard line, and then he slides to the 49-yard line. Good run by Jalen Hurts. Good heads up, and he was patient enough to let the field open up in front of him, and then he cut up inside, didn't take the hit, slid down just short of the 1st down marker. Give him 9 on the carry. Call it 2nd down and 1 for the offense for the Eagles. It'll be 2nd and 3 as they give Hurts 7 on the carry. They move him back. Now the pitch. Here comes Barkley. He crosses midfield. He's got more. He's at the 45. He's down to the 40, and he's still on his feet, and he bangs his way. Good for a 1st down and a good run. That's Saquon Barkley off the edge. Good run for Saquon as he got off the edge and got to the outside. First and 10 for the Eagles. The football on the 36-yard line of the Cowboys. Cowboys up by a touchdown. This is the Eagles' first possession. 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining, opening quarter. Now Hurts out of the gun. He stands at the 42 of the Cowboys. Fires pass complete to Goddard right at the 30-yard line. Hit immediately. It'll bring up a 2nd down for Hurts and the offense. 8:53 remaining. Eagles line right back up. Hurts out of the gun. Barkley 3 yards behind him. 2nd down and 4. Here comes Shipley on the carry. And Shipley picks up the 1st down. And a hurry-up offense, 1st down and 10, following the Shipley run. Hurts now standing on his own, or on the Dallas 30. 1st down and 10. Snap to Hurts. Swings to Shipley. Shipley at 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. And he rumbles his way down to the 5-yard line on a little toss pass to Shipley. And the Eagles are on the move. Shipley again. It's 1st and goal, Philadelphia. Good block out there by Devontae Smith, opening it up for Shipley. 7 plays, 64 yards so far on the Eagles' drive. 1st down and goal. Hurts is up under the gun. Now he gives the football to Barkley. Barkley crosses the 5. He gets down to the 3. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Just about in the range of the tush push. On a 2nd down and goal, 7 minutes remaining, opening quarter. Dallas again, 7. Eagles on their first possession. Barkley is 5 yards deep, 6 yards deep behind Hurts. 2nd and goal. Hurts Barkley hit immediately, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, make it 3rd down and goal. Not quite sure I understand how that works, where the running back is 6 to 7 yards behind the quarterback who's up under center, and he's got to make up that ground before he gets anything positive. 3rd down and goal, 6:12 to play, opening quarter. Welcome into the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network. We hope you're enjoying it. We're glad to be with you as an alternative, just to listen in on the game. Hurts out of the gun. Snap to Hurts. He's under pressure. Now he rolls, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles have tied this, or within a point of tying this game up. 10 plays, 70 yards. 5 minutes and 54 seconds was their time of possession, and Hurts was patient. If you're watching the replay, he was patient as he rolled outside of the pressure, which was pushed to the inside by Lane, and then an easy road into the end zone for the touchdown. Now Elliott in it for the extra point to tie it up. Snap down, kick up, and the kick is good. So with 5:55 remaining in the opening quarter, Dallas 7 and the Eagles 7. We'll take a commercial break. You're watching the Green Zone on JAKIB Sports.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Green Zone here on the JAKIB Sports Network, all powered and fueled by Morgan & Morgan. 5 minutes, 55 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Dallas has scored on their first possession, and Philadelphia, your Philadelphia Eagles, went right down the field on their possession, and the game is now tied up at 7. What a great opening quarter, and what a great night and a great day down at Lincoln Financial Field for the start of the 2025 season. Don't forget, after tonight's game, looking ahead on the schedule, next week, the Eagles travel to Kansas City for a Sunday matchup for the home opener against the Kansas City Chiefs. But right now, it's all about the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles. Eagles in their midnight green tonight in front of a full house down at Lincoln Financial Field. 7-7 is your score. Don't forget, again, a reminder, coming up at halftime, Xander and John McMullen. And in our post-game show will be Xander and John McMullen and Big Dan Cilio. And in our post show is when all of you get a chance to weigh in and be part of the night here on JAKIB Sports. New for 2025, it's the Green Zone, all powered by Morgan & Morgan. Elliott now will tee it up. Game tied at 7. Turpin again on the return. Gets out over the 20-yard line. One of the Cowboy players had his helmet ripped off. Now there's a fracas on the field. Now there are flags. 1 flag, 2 flags, 3 flags, another yellow flag, a lot of laundry down on the field. Three kickoffs, multiple on the third one, multiple flags. Wait for the officials to sort everything out. Been Cooper DeJean that reached in and ripped the helmet off of one of the Cowboy players. So 2 personal fouls called on the kickoff, both against the Cowboys. So the Cowboys now will take over on their 12-yard line with their second possession. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for Prescott. They'll line up on the 12 after the mark-off. 5:48 remaining, opening quarter. Prescott out of the gun. Prescott gives the football to Williams. Williams cracks the left side. They'll move left to right. Pushes his way out to the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down for the Cowboys. Officials are going to have to work hard to keep this game under control. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Second possession for the Cowboys, 5:15 remaining, opening quarter. Prescott up out of the gun, stands on his own 10-yard line. Rolls away, he's under pressure. He gets out, now he stays up, now he floats up, and the pass is complete. CeeDee Lamb comes back to the football, makes a great play and a great catch as he comes back. Dak was under pressure, good for the 1st down and a lot more. The Eagles put pressure on Prescott, but he was able to float to the outside, and Lamb came back on Zach Bond, made the catch, and it's good for a 1st down, and that's what you get out of Dak Prescott. And Lamb with the completion, 1st down and 10. Football now out at the 33-yard line. Williams over to 35, down to the 36, 37-yard line before he stacked up. 2nd down for the Cowboys, 4:15 remaining. Opening quarter, game tied at 7. Left to right go the Cowboys. Javonte Williams on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Prescott now up under center. Football on the 38-yard line. Snap to Prescott. Williams on the carry. Short gain for Dallas. Third down and 2 for the Cowboys. 7-7, 3:19 remaining. Prescott out of the gun. Football on the 41. They got to get to the 44. Snap to Prescott. Looking under pressure. Fires, and he's got his man. That's CeeDee Lamb, and he's loose, and he's down the sideline. 1st down for the Cowboys, and CeeDee Lamb is wide open, and Prescott had enough time, and he found him. 1st down for Dallas on the move again. So 1st down and 10 now for Prescott. Dallas on the move. 2:26 remaining, 1st quarter. Prescott will come up under the gun. Now he changes the play, snaps up into a shotgun. Snap to Prescott. Looking, makes his first pass over inside the 30-yard line. The pass is complete down to the 29-yard line, hold everything. Miles Sanders on the completion, but a flag down, and that's going to get stepped off against the Cowboys. So a 10-yard holding penalty. Tyler Smith with the flag. So first down and 20, 150 remaining opening quarter. Cowboys on the move. Pressure. Prescott flips it out to Sanders again, but Bond is there to wrap him up. Short gain for the Cowboys. Nice play by Zach Bond. It'll bring up third down. Or bring up second down. Second and long. Eagles blitz that time. Second down and 23. Actually lost 3 yards on the play. Prescott out of the gun, back on his own 49-yard line. Clean snap to Dak. Prescott taking a shot down the field. He's got an open receiver. Oh, he almost made a great catch. That was George Pickens, and a flag comes down as Mitchell was on the coverage. And Mitchell's going to get the flag. Pass interference. And you can see in the replay, Quignon hanging on to George Pickens. Clear penalty. Pickens almost made the catch anyway. First down and 10 for the Cowboys, all the way down to the Eagle 12-yard line. Now Prescott under center. He rolls to his left. He's looking. He fires into the end zone intended for Tolbert, but that falls incomplete. His first incompletion of the game will stop the clock at 46 seconds. Second down and 10 for the Cowboys. Sirianni not happy with the flag on Quignon. I don't think he'll argue when he sees the replay or watches the film. Cowboys in the red zone, second down. Second and 10. On the 12. Prescott's out of the gun. Snap to Prescott. Straight up the gut. Sanders banging forward. He's over the 5-yard line. Still on his feet. And he's finally wrestled down, or Williams rather, and he picks up the first down. Good hard run by Williams to cross over and pick up the first down. It'll be first and goal. Cowboys get up to the line right away. Prescott under center. Williams in the backfield. First and goal. 15 seconds remaining. Opening quarter. Game tied at 7. Dallas trying to punch it in for their second score. And now Prescott steps away from under the center, and he's going to let the first quarter come to a close before the snap. So with 1 quarter in the books, it's Dallas 7 and your Philadelphia Eagles 7. And the Cowboys are knocking on the door. You're watching or listening to the Green Zone on the JAKIB Sports Network, all powered and fueled by Morgan & Morgan.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, size matters. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, forthepeople.com.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Green Zone on the JAKIB Sports Network. Thanks for being with us. If you're watching us on the Green Zone tonight, let me know what you think of our debut of the Green Zone. Drop some comments into the chat, if you will. Let Xander know if you like the Green Zone, if you don't like the Green Zone, but we appreciate you being here. It's the start of the 2025 NFL season. The road to repeat begins at the link tonight with the Dallas Cowboys. 1 quarter of play in the books. The Cowboys knocking on the door when the second quarter begins. Right now, game tied up at 7. The Eagles, on their one possession in the first half, went right down the field and scored. They only had the football one time. Cowboys with their second possession, game tied at 7. They start first and goal. Prescott out of the gun. Snap to Prescott, straight up the gut for the Cowboys. Hand the football off into the end zone for a touchdown. Javonte Williams, and Williams is running at will tonight against the Eagle defense, right up the gut. You'll see Williams crack the end zone before he's touched, and the Dallas Cowboys on their second possession have a touchdown and extend their lead. Cowboys in for the extra point following the touchdown. Kick up, kick is good. And Dallas and Dak Prescott and Williams have the 14-7 lead over your Philadelphia Eagles. You're watching the Green Zone here on the JAKIB Sports Network. Back in 30. If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426. That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone. And back here on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network. Thanks very much for tuning in. We've got a plan ourselves. We've got a lot lined up for you this season on the Green Zone. When we get into our Football Sunday, we'll keep you updated on all the games happening in real time around the league. So we've got some cool stuff coming up as we roll out the Green Zone tonight on the opening night down in South Philadelphia at the link. The Dallas Cowboys in town against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think in the pregame show, it may have been referenced by John McMullen that the Eagles and the Cowboys have only opened up a season in the last 49 or 50 years twice coming into tonight's game. If I'm wrong on that, correct me in the chat. But they don't start the season off as opponents very, very often. But a lot of hype for this one, and the Eagles' schedule is a tough schedule in the month of September. They go from here, they go to Kansas City on Sunday, next Sunday, for the Chiefs home opener in Kansas City. Then they come home. Then they go to Tampa on the 28th as well. Back to live action as the Cowboys kick off, and this time there is no penalty flag. Jalen Hurts and the offense will come out as the kickoff sails through the end zone, and the offense will come out and start first down and 10 for the offense. The Eagles are in their midnight green with their white pants. They'll move from left to right to start the second quarter. Trailing 14-7. Here we go. Hurts out of the gun, standing on his own 30. Snap to Hurts, he gives to Barkley. Barkley tries to go up straight up the gut, kicks to the outside, and Saquon Barkley gets out over the 40-yard line, down to the 41-yard line. Good hard run by Saquon Barkley. It's second down for the Eagles. Second down and 4, gain of 6 for Barkley. See what the Eagle offense can do. 14-7, they trail the Cowboys by a touchdown. Empty backfield, Jalen on the 36-yard line. He's in the gun. Snap to Hurts. Here comes pressure. Fires, pass is complete. There's Devontae Smith, and he's out past the first down marker, and the short pitch and catch is good enough for a first down. Move the sticks, and the Eagles pick up a first down. It'll be first down and 10. First and 10 now for the Eagles. Hurts again out of the gun. Standing on his own 41, Barkley directly behind him on his 39. They give to Barkley. He's wrapped up, but he still gets away, and he lunges forward, and Saquon Barkley, with good patience, let the play develop a little bit, avoided a tackler, and got good positive yardage. Man, is Saquon Barkley the real deal. He was hit 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And was able to escape and avoid that loss and pick up 4. Second down at 6. 2 minutes, 10 seconds gone by second quarter. Hurts out of the gun. Dropping, fires to Goddard. Goddard's got it inside the, over the midfield stripe, down close to the 45-yard line of the Cowboys. It'll be short of the sticks. It'll bring up a third down. Third down and 3 for the Eagle offense. Nothing yet for A.J. Brown. Hurts again out of the gun. On his 49-yard line, third down and 3. 12 minutes to play, second quarter. Clean snap to Hurts. Fires over the middle again to Goddard, who's got it. He's upended immediately, but good for the first down, and the Eagles move the sticks. How big was signing Dallas Goedert back to this football team? First down and 10 for the Eagles, second possession. Hurts 5 out of 5 for 30 yards on a running touchdown. Here we go, first and 10. 11:20 to play, second quarter. Now Hurts is up under center. Snap to Hurts, fakes to Saquon, rolls now to his right. He's under pressure. He dumps the football off. I think it was Granson on the reception for the Eagles. And he stepped out of bounds. Good pass is complete. It'll make it second down. Short gain, second and 1, or second and 9 rather, 1 yard gain for Hurts. Here we go, second down and 9. Hurts now out of the gun. See if the Cowboys can get any pressure on him. They do. Hurts is forced out to the left. He rolls. Now he's got Green in front of him. He picks up the first down and then wisely slides down past the marker, and it's another first down, and the Eagles' offense on the move again, and Jalen Hurts did it again. He was under pressure. He rolled out to his left. He waited, and then when the field opened up with Green in front of him, he picks up enough for the first down. Good play by Jalen Hurts. First down and 10 for the Eagles. Hurts now with 20 yards rushing. On the 29-yard line under center. Here comes Barkley. Barkley bangs forward. He gets out close to the 25-yard line. Be second down for the offense. Barkley took a pretty good shot. Gain of 4. That football almost came out. Down to the 25-yard line. So gain of 4, second down and 6. Barkley out, Shipley in. Hurts under center from the 25. They give it to Shipley. This time, not much. He does get positive yardage. Give him a yard on the play. It'll be third down and 5 for the offense. Big third down. Third and 5. 14-7 Dallas. 8 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. Now Hurts is out of the gun. Stands on the 29. Shipley is to his left. Pressure under Hurts. He's flushed. He's holding onto the football. He's on the move. Did they get him? No, he breaks free. Picks up the first down. Still on his feet. And he rumbles down to the 10-yard line inside the 10. All Jalen Hurts on that play. And he picks up the first down. And it'll be first down and goal as Hurts was under pressure and was able to get up inside the pressure and pick up the first down. Whew, man. So first down and goal. Barkley now back in. Hurts out of the gun. Barkley to his left. Hurts 1 foot on the 15-yard line. The give is to Barkley. Straight up the gut. Not much there. Couple of yards for Saquon. This will be play number 12 coming up on the drive. 7 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, second quarter. Both teams moving the football up and down the field. Second and goal. Hurts again out of the gun. This time Barkley lines up to his right. Football on the 8-yard line. Snap to Hurts. Pressure again. Looking, he's holding. Now he's forced out. Now he's got room in front of him. Is he going to get to the pylon? He is as he dives forward, and they say, yes, Jalen Hurts diving into the end zone, his second rushing touchdown of the night, and the Eagles come back on a 12-play, 65-yard drive that chewed up over 8 minutes, and Jalen Hurts again lunging into the end zone, and the Eagles have their second touchdown of the night. All Jalen Hurts on that drive. Elliott now in for the extra point. 6:46 remaining first half. Snap down, kick up, kick is good. And with 6:46 remaining, it's Dallas 14. Jalen Hurts and the Birds 14. Take a break. Get a beer. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he, folks, keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426. That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone. And welcome back, everyone, to the Green Zone here on JAKIB Sports. The Eagles have possession of the football to start the third quarter. They have a 1-point lead, 21-20, and they start their drive. Jalen Hurts scrambles, rolls to the outside. His pass is complete to Dallas Goedert. And they get started on the first play of the third quarter with a short pitch and catch. And we'll see what the offense does here to begin the second half. Welcome into the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network. Hope you enjoyed the halftime show on the other link with Joe Krause and John McMullen. I want to make sure you get to our post-game show as well. Already a lot to talk about. 21-20 Eagles, 14 minutes to play. Eagles have a 2nd down and 5. Hurts out of the gun, Barkley to his left. Now Hurts fakes to Barkley, fires to Goddard again over the middle. Goddard stiff arm, and then he spins his way down, and he picks up a first down. So Dallas Goedert is the offensive target tonight for Jalen Hurts, and he's good to the line again, and he picks up the first down. Close to the 40-yard line. They mark him down at the 39. First down and 10. Goddard's 6th reception of the night. Now roll pass. There's Devontae Smith with his 2nd reception of the night. Short gain. Everything short tonight from Jalen with the exception of that 51-yard strike to Dotson, which set up that rushing touchdown. 2nd down and 7 on the short completion to Smith. 13 minutes remaining. Third quarter, 21-20 Philadelphia. So far, each team has scored with each possession. Hurts out of the gun on the 37. Now he gives to Barkley, left side. Barkley gets running room, stays on his feet, bangs, puts his shoulder down, and he runs forward. And a good, hard run by Saquon Barkley. They don't get him down, and it's good enough for a first down and a lot more. First down and 10 for Philadelphia. Opening possession of the third quarter. 21-20. 46-yard line of the Cowboys. Andre Dillon with his first carry of the night. And Dillon bangs forward for 10, picks up another first down. The former Packer gets his first carry. And he gets a first down. First down and 10, Philadelphia. Not one defensive stop tonight so far. Eagles with the football. Eagles on the move. Now Dillon will stay in. He'll line up behind Hurts. 11 minutes, 32 seconds remaining. Hurts out of the gun, standing on his 41. Back to Dillon again. This time not much. but enough, it looks like, to get the first down, and it is. I thought he had it on the last carry. Dickerson up slow, holding on to his side. Tough guy, Dickerson, but boy, he looks like he's in pain. First down and 10. 36-yard line. Dillon again on the carry. Maybe a yard. Second down. Barkley will come back in. 10 minutes, 35 seconds remaining. You're watching the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, all powered, of course, by Morgan & Morgan. 21-20 Philadelphia, 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Eagles moving the football. The Cowboys defense has not had an answer. And vice versa. Second and 10. Hurts out of the gun. Snap. He's under pressure. And they've got him, their first sack of the night. And Hurts is down. Holds on to the football. Back to the 44-yard line. First sack of the night for the defense. Bring up a third down. 3rd and 18. Hurts now back at midfield, out of the gun. Pressure again. He's hit from behind. He gets it off to Dotson, who's well short of the first down. Dotson down to the 40-yard line, and the Cowboys with pressure on third down and pressure on fourth down as Jalen was hit as he let that football go. Elliott will come in to attempt the field goal. It'll be a 58-yard attempt for Elliott. Snap, hold, kick, up. Does he have enough distance? He does. Jake Elliott with a 58-yard field goal. And the Eagles extend their lead 24-20 on their opening drive of the third quarter. And man, Elliott with a big foot to give him 3. Back in a moment.
If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426. That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
And back here live across the JAKIB Sports Network, welcome to the Green Zone. Wall-to-wall coverage of every Eagles game. Don't forget, next Sunday, we'll be right back here as the Eagles go on the road to play the Kansas City Chiefs in their home opener. And we've got a lot planned for you during the football season here on the Green Zone. We're actually going to, on game day Sundays, update you in real time on all of the scores as they roll out, and they happen in real time. Eagles on their opening possession of the third quarter settle for a 58-yard field goal from Jake Elliott that could have been good from 65, and they have a 24-20 lead. And the first possession of the third quarter, Jalen Hurts was sacked for the first time by that Dallas Cowboy defense. So the first time they were able to put pressure on Jalen Hurts. The Eagle defense has yet to stop Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. And we'll see what happens to Jalen Carter in the aftermath of being ejected for spitting on Dak Prescott. That story is not over yet as Tolbert returns the football for the Cowboys after the Elliott kick. So the Cowboys start the second half, start the third quarter. They trail 24-20. Dak will start under center at his own 30. Prescott to Williams. He's got room. He goes out over the 35-yard line down to the 36-yard line. It'll be a second down for Dallas, but good positive yardage again for Dallas. And this Dallas offensive line is blowing off the Eagles' defensive front. Second down and 4. Here comes Williams again. Stood up by Davis. Couple of yards for Williams, making a third down. 7 minutes, 32 seconds remaining, 24-20 Eagles. 3rd and 1. Would love to see a stop here. Dallas moving right to left. Williams is 6 yards behind Prescott. 3rd down and 1. Under center. Flip to Williams. He's got the first down. As he stretches the field and they move the sticks, first down Dallas. 6:55 remaining. Zach Bond in on the stop. But not before Williams picks up another first down. 49 yards rushing for Williams tonight so far. 24-20 Eagles, 6 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Prescott now on his own 35 out of the gun. Looking, takes a shot, he's got a wide open receiver, and it's incomplete. Pass was broken up by Bond. And Sidney Brown is not getting up. He's up on his, leaning over on one knee. Took a pretty good shot on that incompletion. And we'll take a timeout as they attend to Sidney Brown on the field. 24-20 Eagles. Back in.
This is Eric. When he got in other ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hope you're enjoying the Green Zone. here on opening night in Philadelphia, all powered by Morgan & Morgan. Let us know in the chat what you like, what you don't like, but give us some time. We've got some great stuff planned for you on the Green Zone all season long, including game-by-game updates in real time. Coming up after the game today, it's our post-game show. Remember to click on the post-game show link and catch Dan Cilio, John McMullen, and Xander Krause. And then it's the post-game show where you get an opportunity to voice your opinion about today's game or about Jalen Carter and that stupidity going back to the very first play, before the very first play actually occurred after the kickoff. And by the way, Jalen Carter might face additional suspension from the league of a game or two. On top of that, that'll play out over the next 10 days. Here we go. Dallas set to go. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. Prescott on his own 35-yard line. Sanders on the loose. He's at the 35. He's at the 30. Ball gonna get him. He tracks him down. Miles Sanders. I'm back. And Miles Sanders with a big run for Dallas. Oh, man. The Dallas offensive line is blowing out the Eagles defense. 1st down and 10, 49-yard gain for Miles Sanders. 1st and 10 now, Prescott on his 15. Sanders again picking his way through. Now a flag comes in after the play. But the Dallas offense, again, on the move. Let's see what the flag looks like. So the flag is a personal foul against Pickens, who threw Blankenship to the ground. So a 15-yard step off against Dallas. It'll be 1st and 22. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Back to the 24 or 23. Prescott, gun, fires, open receiver over the middle, but it's busted up as Prescott missed him in the end zone. Great play by Zach Bond. It'll be 2nd down and 22. Ferguson was open, but underthrown by Prescott. 2nd down, 22 for Dallas on the offense. 5 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. 27-yard line, Prescott in, out of the gun. Clean snap. Now drops the football short as his attempt to get it to Williams is incomplete. Now 3rd down and 22 for Dallas. 4-point lead for Philadelphia, under 5 to play, 3rd quarter. Jordan Davis tipped that last pass intended for Williams. 3rd and 22, 24-20. Prescott. Play clock down to 2. Gets it off. He's got time. Takes it, fires into the end zone, and he has it incomplete. Flag comes down. I think you're going to see targeting in the end zone. But let's wait until we see what it is. And it's unnecessary roughness against Blankenship. And really, the football was already out, and Ferguson had his head taken off by Blankenship. And it's an automatic first down for Dallas. It's the 8th penalty for the Eagles. It'll be first down and 10. The new captain of this defense with unnecessary roughness. Now Miles Sanders drops the football, and Mitchell has it, and the Eagles have it, and it's going the other way, as Miles Sanders gives it back to his former club. And the football is clearly out, and it's a big turnover for the defense as Miles Sanders fumbles the football away, and the Eagles defense get the stop and get possession back. Oh, my. And the offense will take over. What a big play for the defense. First drive of the game where no points were scored. And the Eagles will take over, first down and 10. Back in a moment.
If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426. That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone.
And back here on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, the first possession of the game that didn't result in points as Miles Sanders with a big run, and then on the same drive, Miles Sanders gives it back to his former team, and the Eagles now will start with a first down and 10, leading by 4, 24-20. Again, coming up when the game concludes, get to our post-game show on the JAKIB Sports Network. Xander Krause, John McMullen, and Dan Cilio, and then our post-game show with you joining Xander on the JAKIB channel. 24 minutes and 44 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. following the Miles Sanders fumble. The offense will take over, and they'll start first down and 10. We'll see what Jalen Hurts and the offense will do. Yeah, and it looks like, just to get you updated, a lightning storm in the area, and the game is going to be temporarily stopped for the storm. So lightning in the area, and both clubs are going to go back into the locker room. As Jalen Hurts and the Eagles go off and the Dallas Cowboys go off. And on this Thursday night, we are now in a weather delay down at Lincoln Financial Field. And you are watching the Green Zone. The official report says a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued by the National Weather Service, and with lightning in the area, the game has been temporarily suspended and pushed into a weather delay with 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. The Eagles have possession of the football following the Miles Sanders fumble, and they have a 24-20 lead, but this game is going to pause for a weather delay. On the Green Zone, we'll take a commercial break and try and sort everything out. Stay with us, and we'll keep you updated here on the JAKIB Sports Network.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand.
Thank you.
We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
He's blocked well and tries to cut through the middle. Oh!
Your gut says Miami is going to win and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar, 7 days a week.
And back here on the Green Zone as we are as the game is in the middle of a weather delay. Joe Krause joins me now up in the Green Zone just to get you updated on everything. 4 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and a storm moving up from the south through Delaware and lightning in the area down at Lincoln Financial Field has resulted in a weather delay on this Thursday night. This game's had a little bit of everything,
it really has.
Xander, including the very first play. Before the very first snap by the Dallas Cowboys, Jalen Carter was ejected from this game for spitting on Dak Prescott, and being ejected from this game is not the end of the story. He may face a 1, 2, or 3 game suspension from the league.
Yeah, well, we'll see what ends up happening with the league, but there is zero excuse for this behavior. I mean, spitting on someone is assault. I mean, you can't spit on somebody. And to do that, to add into it, you got $150 million bag of gold sitting on the other side of the line for you, and you're out here spitting on somebody before you even play a snap. Like, I just don't understand how you are that immature as a man, as a 24, 25-year-old guy with the whole world in front of you. I just don't understand it. And, we've had a lot of good in this game, a lot of bad in this game. We knew it was going to be sloppy, but we didn't know that was going to happen. And for Nick Sirianni, a guy who prides himself on control the things you can control, part of me wonders if maybe the immaturity that Nick has showed at times lends this type of behavior to happen. I mean, he's the head of the snake. You're the head coach. Why is your best player on defense spitting on a guy? I don't understand it. It drove me crazy. We're 3 quarters into the game, Krause. It's still the only thing on my mind. Why would Jalen Carter do that? And then to boot, you mess up your entire team's defensive game plan. Your defense can't get pressure. Dak Prescott scored on 4 of 4 drives in the first half and was about to score there if they didn't have the turnover on the punch out. But I think it's pretty pitiful. And if the league's not going to discipline him, I would say the Eagles should discipline him, because that man's about to get a big contract. And if you don't teach him a lesson right now and that stuff starts to creep in, that's a bad recipe.
Well, how many chances and lessons do you get in life? I assume you're supposed to always get a chance, which I'm a believer in, but that's flat out stupidity by Jalen Carter. And the end result in terms of the impact on this football game was Dak Prescott and this Dallas offense scored on every possession until that fumble where Miles Sanders took it and then gave it away. Right. And by the way, Dak Prescott, if he doesn't make the stop on Mitchell that recovers the football, he's gone.
Yep, I know.
He's gone. So Dak may have saved the score there, and then of course the game never started from there because the weather delay came in.
Yeah, and I think the good part about where we are in this game is that the Eagles have the lead. I think they're in position to win the football game despite everything that's happened. And, again, take the spit out of it for a second. It's week 1. I think we all expected an ugly game. We expected some problems on the defense. We expected some of this stuff. I think those are things you can iron out. So I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I think the Eagles being in position to win the game is honestly a bright side. But by the way, thanks to Jalen Hurts. I mean, that guy's had the team on his back. He's running, he's throwing, he's doing everything in this game. If he's not out there playing the way he is, you can kiss this home opener goodbye, and the banner and the story and everything goodbye. So thanks to Jalen Hurts. But I think that is the bright side, that you're up 4 here. You got the ball back. We're in a weather delay, but the Eagles hold the card still. And I think that's the bright side of where we are right now. They are in position to get out of here 1-0 and start.
Other than a lot of a very short passing game, that 51-yard strike to Dotson on a great route by Dotson and a great ball by Jalen Hurts. That's been it. Now I don't want to minimize that because that was a great play.
Right.
But the offense has not done much. I haven't heard A.J. Brown. I don't think he's been targeted tonight at all. Devontae had 2 catches, both for short yardage. I don't know if it's a product of what does John McMullen say? Every game has its own fight or whatever it is in terms of its own story. I don't know if that's the result of what we're watching, but it's more ground yardage for Jalen than anything else.
Well, I think that's a part of that is controlling, is imposing your will, which I think is a natural element of this football team. It's a natural, obviously, talent of Jalen Hurts. But you're right. I mean, there hasn't been too much in the passing game, but the offense isn't the problem in this game. I mean, this defense doesn't look good. I mean, and Adoree Jackson was getting burnt so bad, he's already getting benched. And Vic Fangio, by the way, said he has a long leash. I mean, he got asked that question at a press conference last week, and he said, Adoree's got a long leash. I mean, he got benched him at near halftime. So the defense is really the problem in this game. But Jalen Hurts, you're right. I mean, in the passing game, they're not moving the ball too much. By the way, that does look like that ball's popping off Jalen Hurts' hand. Even on that throw he threw to Saquon on the sideline where Saquon kind of got in there.
Great catch by Saquon.
Great catch by Saquon, but that ball popped off Jalen's hands. I'm like, let him throw it a little bit more. Now, Kevin Patullo is supposed to be the guy, to kind of get that along. But, hey, look, this is where, again, I go back to when you remove the spit. I don't have a problem with these types of things. It's week 1. A.J. Brown didn't practice a lot in training camp. No, John McMullen said he thinks that the whole starting offense took less than 100 reps through all of training camp. So, I mean, those things are going to build up. Those things are going to improve. Those things are going to get better as the season goes on. I think Jalen Hurts is the reason they're in this football game right now, though.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, Dallas has the Eagles rather have a 4-point lead, 24-20, courtesy of Jake Elliott, who kicked a 58-yard field goal, and it was good from 65. It would have been.
That was a hell of a
that,
kick.
that was a great kick by Elliott. And then following that Sanders turnover, when play resumes and the weather delay ends, the Eagles will have possession of the football with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to play in just the third quarter. But there's a lot to break down in this game. Coming up on your post-game show today with with Big Sills, Dan Cilio, and of course John McMullen from down at the stadium. There's a lot to look at, and this film will tell a lot, even going into tomorrow, Xander, and then once you get through the weekend into next week before you got to go out to Kansas City.
I don't think Vic Fangio will be sleeping much for the next couple of days. He's going to be looking at this film. He's got disciplinary problems he's got to deal with. He's got immaturity. He's got a lot of stuff. He's got busted coverages. I mean, Adoree Jackson didn't even look like he belonged on the football field. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to pick on the guy, but he didn't look like he should have been on the field at all. I mean, we were calling for Ja'Cory Bennett on the second drive. So the defense has a lot to clean up, but one of the things I think that's a factor in this, and this is why I keep using that word immaturity, one of the storylines of the entire offseason is the youth of the Eagles. I mean, we've even used it to our advantage talking to about the Commanders where, they got old and we got young, and now you see these types of things. Is that a product? Think about it. Brandon Graham is gone. Darius Slay is gone. Josh Sweat is gone. This might be crazy to say because he was immature in his own right, but C.J. Gardner-Johnson is gone, at least the guy who's been through some of this stuff, who has learned a couple lessons from it. I mean, you remember he talked about the lesson he learned getting thrown out of the Washington game last year, and that was for a much lesser reason than spitting on a player. So you look at this defense, and it's manned by a lot of young, talented players who I think have a great upside, but I think you're going to see that. I think Vic Fangio's got to jump on top of this. That's why I said, if the league doesn't discipline Carter, you got to think about doing it yourself for the Eagles, not only for Jalen, but for the rest of that defense. Yo, guys, this can't happen. I mean, you want to go back and be Super Bowl champions again? You want to be a top top team in the league. You want to be a top defense again. That bullshit can't happen. It just can't.
A little bit, maybe more than a little bit of this is self-inflicted.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they depleted
a lot.
Defense.
Yeah.
That was number one overall, number two in this category, number one in this category, and it is a completely different defense on that field. You take Jalen Carter out of that lineup tonight, and then all of a sudden, and then Smith picks up two 15-yard penalties, dumb penalties, one for taunting Sanders, and then the other one taking a shot up to Prescott's.
Yeah, that one looked a little more accidental, and the taunting one was. But this was my take on it. Ready? Yeah, the call was picky. Thank Jalen Carter. When your best player spits on the opposing quarterback, you've lost all ability to taunt, to showboat, to do any of those things. Mm-hmm. The refs are like this. watching you guys now with their hand on the flag. And you can't blame them for that. So I'm not surprised they called the flag. I'm not upset at Nolan Smith. I don't think, he was too out of line with what he did there. But it is unfortunate, and it is a reality that now you're living with those types of penalties. But again, got to get ahead of it, Krause. If they don't, I think it could be a problem. I really do.
If you're with us on the Green Zone, we thank you for being with us. Of course, it's the debut of the Green Zone, and we're glad that you're with us, bringing you all of the action. And I think Xander described it as kind of we're your companion during the broadcast, where we're live coming out of the pregame show into the Green Zone, into the halftime show, out of the halftime show, into the third and fourth quarter here in the Green Zone, and then right into the post-game show. But this is, in terms of how this game's going to end up, I still think it's uncertain and up in the air, only because I would say this, Xander, Dak Prescott has looked good running the Cowboy offense.
Yeah. He has.
He's looked good.
He's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
He wins against the Eagles, whether we want to accept that or not. And depending on what happens in this next drive, maybe determines the outcome of this football game. Because if the Eagles can go down and get 7 and go up 31 to 20 and now have an 11-point lead, I don't know what the possession numbers are on each drive, but most of the drives have been lengthy in terms of.
I mean, they only had 4 drives in the first half.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. So Eagles put a long drive together on this possession and presumably eat up the rest of the third quarter, eat up the first few minutes into the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden Dallas might be looking at maybe maybe 2 possessions.
You can't count that team out, though. Dallas is used to playing from behind. That people dub Dak Prescott the garbage yards quarterback because they play from behind so much. So I'm not counting. Look, it's week 1. All right, we already saw this defense look like burnt toast for the first half. I don't care if it's 31-20. I don't care if it's 38-20. I'm not letting my foot off the gas in this game. We need to get out of here with a win, and then we need to get back to the drawing board. The beautiful thing is we got a mini bye this weekend. All right, the Birds are obviously Thursday night here. They don't play until the following Sunday in Kansas City. It's a tough game in Kansas City. Get back to the drawing board. Find your identity. Figure out where you went wrong, where you can improve, and continue to move on. I'm not going to sleep on it. 31-20 would be nice. I'm not going to sleep on him. Dak Prescott, you just mentioned it. I mean, he'll come down there. They'll pick on a Dory or Jacorian or somebody. They can get back in the game because, the thing about when you're playing from behind is you kind of start letting the ball fly. You really let the ball fly a little bit. So could be bad, could be good. But I'm going to the final whistle on this one, Krause. I'm going to put them to sleep.
We'll try and effort an update from John if we can on Sidney Brown as well. He was down. So we'll see if we can get an update from John McMullen, who's down at the stadium. Again, it's 24-20 game now, sitting in a weather delay. But as things play out, and this game eventually will restart itself, the Eagles will have possession of the football. Jalen Hurts will be back in command. I don't know what the impact of the delay will be, but you have to chalk it up to both teams are going to have to deal with the delay. So they're both going to start, whether they're rusty, sore, cold, whatever it is. They all
it
start.
Can't be ideal, right? It's not ideal.
I mean, you're just come out of halftime.
I know
the momentum on the third quarter, and then all of a sudden that occurs. So we'll see how all of that plays out. Here.
Krause, when this game comes back, this thing could look entirely different. Probably not. I mean, it might not, but it could look entirely different. I mean, imagine if we just left the show for 30 minutes, come back, pick up the chair. You know what I mean? You get a little bit, you get a little bit dry. So we'll see what ends up happening in this game. But if I'm the Birds and I'm Nick Sirianni, whatever your message was at halftime, you better drill it back into their head again, because there was a lot to clean up from half number 1. Now, half number 2 has been a little bit better. Dak was driving there. That's why I said, I mean, you're up 31-20. I know you had the takeaway there, and now you have the opportunity. They were about ready to go on their 5th drive scoring points. They were right. They were in the red zone. So that defense is not holding up at all.
On that Sanders run, it looked like there was they had a chance to stop him at the line.
Yeah.
But he was able to break free. So perhaps there was a missed tackle or two there.
Right.
And then once he broke free, he was able to get good yardage. Now, fortunately, he took it and then he gave it back. He gave it back on that punch out.
Yeah, no, he did. I mean, unfortunate for him, but obviously I got a lot of respect for Miles Sanders. I liked him when he was in Philly. I have no ill will toward him, no bad blood. It was a great run by him, that big run, that explosive run, but he coughed up the football. I mean, look, there's a reason that the gambling world, there's a reason that, the sharpest minds who predict games and predict NFL, they care about the turnover margin, man. You can't turn the football over.
This is what you see, by the way, as the game is in a weather delay. The aerial of the stadium, most of the seats are empty here in the middle of the third quarter. 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in this game while in a weather delay. And there's no update yet on when this game will restart itself. I wonder, by the way, if Jalen Carter, when you're ejected, and I don't know the answer to this.
I don't think I know either. You mean like where he is?
Yeah, where is he?
I don't know. I would assume he's in the locker room.
Does he stay in the locker room?
I would assume so. I mean, I think Big Dom walked him out and everything. I would assume he's in the locker room. I mean, if I'm Vic and I don't know, maybe you got to wait till after the game. But man, I'm fired up about that. Man, that was so stupid, Krause. What are you doing, man? And the thing that I think about, I don't know, maybe it's the business guy in me, but I'm like, dude, you got $150 million bag of money on the other side. I mean, I had people tweeting to me literally, and I don't know if they're right or I don't think they're right. I think Jalen's still going to be here, but I had people literally saying to me, you can't give that guy $40 million a year. They should get. And now, again, there's some emotional people. There's some people that are out of whack and aren't on par with what the case may be. But I don't know, if you're Jeffrey Lurie and you're stroking that check, don't you want to have a conversation with that guy? I would. I just think. What did you think of it?
I thought it was a joke.
A joke. I think that's a good word for it.
I mean, I really did. I mean, I'm embarrassed for him.
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm embarrassed for the organization. I'm embarrassed for every fan that's in that building to watch that banner go up. I'm embarrassed for everyone that voted for this guy to be the next coming. I mean, that was a joke.
Well, Krause, here, I mean, to your point about the organization, in a moment where they get to reveal only this for the second time in 60 years, a Super Bowl banner, I didn't see a single post on social media because at kickoff, Jalen Carter got ejected for. I mean, social media went ablaze. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now that's the whole narrative around the game, around the opening night, around the banner drop, around the Super Bowl champion. That's the narrative, and that's something that team is going to have to live with. And that's where you're right about, I wonder what Jeffrey Lurie's thinking right now, because he is a guy that, as good of an owner as he is, he does have his finger on the pulse of the narrative around his team. He's always had that. He cares about it. That's why he invests so much in his PR department. We know a lot about that PR department.
We do, absolutely.
They care about it. And the narrative right now isn't pretty. I mean, I had my editors texting me, yo, Xander, this Jalen Carter spit thing is exploding. We need to post some content. I'm like, get to it, boys. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to post.
So
I don't get a chance. I don't get a chance. I'm not very good with watching the chat and getting some of the comments up onto the green zone yet. I haven't worked through that yet. I've got to try and work through that. But I know it's been an active chat here in the green zone, and we're certainly glad that you're a part of the green zone tonight. We are excited, by the way, about the green zone, because when we get into that game next Sunday, we've got some nice elements in the green zone that
I told the people what we're working on.
We're working on some of that to be able to update in real time with scores and everything else. Won't be able to show any video highlights or any of that stuff, but we'll be able to update scores and highlight or scores and touchdowns and all of that stuff in real time. So some of that stuff's going to play out once we get into beginning with next Sunday's game, and then we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't know. I saw one guy in the very beginning said the old man's doing the green zone from your bedroom. You know what I mean?
That was Joey B. He says your dad's an empty nester. You take your old room. I'm like, that's actually not my old room, but that does look good though. I like it in here. You know, it's got a good Eagles vibe to it.
Thanks, Joey B. Appreciate it, man.
Joey B. Shout out to Joey B. What'd you make of the way the Eagles have looked so far? I mean, now it's funny. We were getting ready, getting set up for game today, and you said to me, you're like, I don't really think the Eagles are going to – I don't feel like they're going to have a great game tonight. And I'm like, why do you say that? You're like, it's just a feeling, and I don't think they've had a great night tonight. I really don't.
Listen, Saquon has run hard.
Yep.
You know, so all of Saquon's rushing yards to the minute have been hard.
Right.
They've been strong, hard runs.
Yeah.
He's fought for the yardage. There hasn't been anything super easy that I can recall,
right.
You know, from the first half. I thought Shipley came in and provided a nice surprise. And then I was happy to see Dylan. You know, I like Dylan.
Yeah.
And I was happy to see Dylan come in. Now, I don't think you got Andre Dillon 3 times in a row, which is what they did. So he went from 9 yards to 1 yard to 1.5. He got the first down.
Got to be sparse.
And then they ran him again, and then he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think you got to.
Shipley's going to be a good change of pace back.
Yeah, he was.
He runs hard.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he's a good change of pace back. Yep. I think I like him. I mean, I was a little hard on him this offseason because obviously the key highlight from I don't know if you remember it in one of the playoff games when he came in at the end and he had a 50-yard. And he exploded, and then he got run down. So everybody was ragging on him for it. But he does look like he's going to be a good second back for this team. I don't think you're going to miss much with the loss of Kenny Gainwell, which is a good thing because, you know, extrapolating out to the full season, how many touches do you expect Saquon to get? I mean, if you look at the history of the game at that position and kind of, you know, running backs coming off of that amount of touches, that amount of yards, it's not pretty. So how do you mitigate that? How do you manage that? Do you just run Saquon run? I mean, in theory, I'd like to say that, but I don't know if that's the best approach. I want Saquon ready in January. Don't you? I mean, that's what I would think. So I think Will Shipley's going to provide a nice change of pace and give you a little confidence to kind of go to another back without having to worry about putting Saquon on the bench.
Let me get your thought on Petula and the offense that he's called so far for Jalen Hurts tonight. Now, again, when you come in and you have an offensive line that the Eagles have, and you have Saquon Barkley in the backfield, you're never going to be criticized because you're looking to run the football. But why is AJ not? Why has AJ not been targeted? Why has Devontae only been on the short end of short 3-4 yard pitch and catches? Right. Nothing 8 yards out, 10 yards out. If you peg on the map or if you peg on the timeline, Jalen Hurts's each pass, aren't very many of them over 6, 7, 8 yards.
No, and they're all short. And they're not throwing to the outsides at all. You know, they used to be all outside, nothing inside. They were throwing a lot to the middle of the field. And, you know, I said it earlier, I don't want to overreact to the offense. I think there's a natural progression that's going to take place where they'll improve, they'll optimize, they'll get better. But I think you hit the nail on the head on where if I did have a gripe, it is. I mean, I said earlier, I feel about A.J. Brown the way people feel about Saquon. And what I mean is, you have Saquon Barkley, give him the ball. That's how I feel about A.J. Brown. You got A.J. Brown. Like if I'm Kevin Petullo and I'm a first-year coordinator, I'm looking at my play sheet before my first game, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to hand it off to Saquon, and then I'm going to give A.J. Brown a slant. Like, I know I'll have some success doing that. Like, I don't get it from that perspective. But again, I don't want to, you know, I think the offense has clearly not been the problem tonight at all. Maybe could have some more splash plays, maybe could move the ball downfield, maybe could work the outsides a little bit. But I do think there's a progression. You know, I think this is part of kind of the off season of they don't really practice much. They don't really play in the preseason games. I mean, AJ missed most of the preseason and training camp. So this is probably a product of that. I don't think it's something to overreact to, but it's something to keep an eye on. I mean, remember, Petullo's background as a passing game coordinator. So he's kind of brought in almost in that same Kellen Moore feel of like, he's supposed to improve the passing game. I mean, we all know the Eagles can run. We all know the Eagles have the best O-line in football. We all know that. What is Petullo going to add on top of that? And I think you're going to look for it in this passing game, but I am optimistic on this. Jalen Hurts, and it goes again back to the chemistry comment on him and AJ and not practicing this offseason. Jalen Hurts and Jahan Dotson linked up in Texas a lot this offseason. and they kind of talked about them working on the chemistry and working on their rhythm together because Jahan got here real late in the offseason. You remember it was a late August trade for him last year. I think Jahan Dotson's going to have an opportunity to be a part of this offense this year, which I think is a great thing for Jalen Hurts. I know people say, hey, Jalen doesn't throw to wide receiver 3 or 4. Why do you want him? Well, I think if you maybe give him somebody that he has some confidence in, he'll start to use him more. And I think you're going to see that a little bit. And that big deep shot, I don't know if you can say it was a great throw or a better catch or a great catch and a better throw. Take your pick. I loved the throw, though.
I think
Jalen.
it was equal on both.
Yeah,
I think it was a good route, and I think Jalen put the ball right on the money.
And Jahan hauled it in, man. That coverage was sticky. So that was a good play, man. That was
no doubt about that. Again, if you're wondering why we're standing in the middle of the green zone, as you know by now, the game is in a weather.
Let me see if I can get an update on where we are.
An update on that. But we're glad to be with you. And when the game resumes, we'll be right back here as they put up some of the comparisons tonight. Dak 12 of 20, 127 yards, and only 3 rushing yards for Dak Prescott. That one rush was good enough for a first down. So Dak has looked okay, has looked better than okay for the Cowboys for sure. But as Sanders said, what will it all look like when this game comes back to action and the weather delay is lifted and people file back into Lincoln Financial Field? And will they extend the beer line or the beer quota? Will they let that thing go a little bit longer? We'll see how all of that plays out as well down in South Philadelphia. 24-20 is where we are right now. And then we still have, when this game concludes, our post-game show with Hugh McMullen and Big Sil.
I might go to the morning.
You might roll right into Birds 365.
Oh, boy, man. First game. What time is it here? It's 11:01 Eastern time, and the game is still in the third quarter, so we got a long way to go.
Long way to go.
Okay. I don't know. I was thinking about this. I can't remember any time in the last 3 or 4 seasons of the Eagles, maybe even 5 seasons, that a weather delay like this has happened. Can you? I don't know what the precedent is. Like, for what I'm asking is it a possibility that they don't finish this game tonight? No,
I think it was the lightning that forced the
right. So they got it once that moves out.
Once the lightning comes in, that's an immediate.
And if the scenario is you have lightning till 2 a.m, what do we got?
Well, I imagine they're going to play the game, and they're not going to.
Oh, man.
I mean, I imagine at some point they're going to play the game. They're not going to postpone the game and come back.
Does anybody in the chat have an update on what they're doing at for the game? They're saying 11:30 is what they're saying. We're back on. Okay.
Okay, good. So
I think that's what it looks like.
All right, so the
TX says it's time to make a pot of coffee.
Yeah, right. I'm ready for that, TX. Good call by you, man. So what time is it now?
It's 11:03 p.m. Eastern time.
11:03?
Yep.
And what time is the
So the guys are saying 11:30. I have no way to confirm that. I'm on the air, so I don't have I'm not active. So they're saying 11. A lot of people are saying 30 minutes out from the start. So we'll kick it off. We'll probably wrap it up at around, 12:15 or so.
Yeah. The game's moving along again because
it was a quick game. The first half went quick.
Because the possessions are long. All right, let's do this. Let's take his suggestion and make a coffee. I'm going to take
a commercial break.
I'm going to take a commercial break.
Let me make sure I got all of our super chats in here tonight.
Yeah, again, I'm not very good on that. So
James Carver called you Daddy Krause. James Carver, I don't know what's up with that, but he says, "Thank you, Daddy Krause." Interesting. This is for the entire family rocking it tonight to start the season.
I gotta love it. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Yeah. Good. Yeah, good stuff. We'll work through it. I'll try and get a little bit better with all that, with some of that. But I love the activity that is there. 11:15 warm-ups.
Yeah.
11:30 play resumes. That's the official.
Okay, there we go.
That's the official from NBC. So the players will make their way back out onto the field for 11:15 warm-ups, and then the game will get back underway at 11:30.
We'll hit the break now, and then you'll come back, I assume, in a couple minutes or whenever, maybe for a little bit more little while longer, and then we'll continue our coverage, Krause, as we always do here on JAKIB Sports. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll take the commercial break. We'll brew our pot of coffee. We got a long night of content ahead of us, everybody. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll be right back.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car, service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand.
Thank you.
We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
He's blocked well and tries to cut through the middle. Oh!
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES, Eagles.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia.
And back here on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, the weather delay is making its way to closure as the teams will return to the field rather at 11:15, and then play will resume at 11:30.
Krause, when you get a $300 super chat, you stop the pot of coffee, you stop the ad, you come back and you thank your brother, James Carver. James, we can't thank you enough, the support of the channel.
Yes, sir.
Let's
James.
read the super chat and then we will respond. James Carver. James, thank you, sir. I know you're enjoying the game. We appreciate you, brother. One of our best. He's been here long. James Carver, Krause, when I took over hosting, he was one of my very first supporters. Really was. I mean, he said when I guest hosted that week, before I knew I was going to be the full-time host, you got to put Xander in the chair. So I got a special place in my heart for James for showing
And he was
love.
right, by the way.
Well, I appreciate that. James says, what are the odds we re-sign Rodgers given knowledge of scheme and defense needs a new defensive back? Well, let's start with that question. He's in Minnesota, James. So, I guess you're assuming a trade there is what the assumption would be. I don't think they would bring him back, but I do think to James's point, I'm not sure if Isaiah has worked out in Minnesota as well. I'd have to go and look. I've been so focused on the Eagles, I haven't looked at what he's been up to.
Well, here's
in Minnesota.
And here's the underlying point to that. They got to go shopping.
Yeah.
They're not going to survive with what they have right now.
What do you think of Jacorian?
He was beaten so bad that he had the player by inside his jersey like that. So, and then the next time he made a play, he's like, so I get it.
Yeah.
And I know the position is a handsy position.
Yeah.
But we're depleted. Okay.
I think the edges are
we're going, this is my concern. We're in a season where, because of our success, we're going to face our toughest schedule to date.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, dude, we closed the year, last 3 weeks, Commanders, Bills, Commanders.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your last 3 weeks for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then in the next 3 weeks after this, Cowboys, which have proven to be a tougher test than we thought. You got the Chiefs in at Arrowhead. Then you got the Rams, I believe, at home.
Rams are here, and then you go to Tampa.
Go to Tampa in September. That could be a hot weather game in Tampa. That's a tough team too. That Tampa team is good. So, I mean, it's a tough schedule. Let's continue with James Carver's super chat. He says, and taste for another. Oh, and trade for another right guard with Steen not being strong and run protection like Becton. Okay for pass only. I think Steen's been all right, honestly. I think Steen's been all right, Jane. I don't think they're going to move on from him. I think Jeff Stoutland likes him, and they're going to stick there. And he says, and odds KO finally changes spot play calls with shorts, digs and returns, and zero levels or stretch routes outside of one post to Dotson. See, this is where that's an intricate way of saying what you were saying about Patullo, where he's asking, when is Kevin, I think he meant KP, when is Kevin going to throw in some of these different looks for these receivers outside of the one you ran, Dotson?
Right.
I mean, there hasn't been much there offensively in the pass game that excites you about a pass game coordinator being elevated to the offensive coordinator. I think that's a fair question.
No, I think it's a fair, not only a fair question, I think it's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think it's a question based on reality of what the eyes don't lie. This is what I've seen. Now, other than some conversions to Goddard that move the sticks, which are necessary.
Right.
That works. But Devontae's 2 catches are less than 10 yards.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
I'd have to let me pull up the box score. I'll tell you exactly.
It's got to be. 2 catches got to be less than 10. So there's nothing past 8 or 9 yards in terms of his longest attempt.
Yeah, which is, I mean, outside of that Dotson throw.
Outside the Dotson
which
throw.
was a thing of beauty, but you do want to see probably a little bit more of that. Let me find this game here. Yeah, so you got, where's this box? ESPN changed all their things around. Yeah, I mean, Dotson's got the 55-yard receiving on a long of 51. 6 targets to Goddard. He's got 35 yards. 6 targets there and 6 catches. Saquon Barkley's got 3 targets with 2 catches. 2 targets to Devontae Smith for 9 total yards.
That's what I mean. Under 10
yards.
Yeah.
He had a 6-yard catch and a 3-yard catch. And then Kylan Granson as a target, and still absent from the box score, is arguably the best receiver in football in A.J. Brown.
Doesn't make any sense.
I think offense, you can give a little bit more time. You can allow them to kind of work into it, and it's going to take some time. And
what is John McMullen's famous analogy about a football game?
I don't know. He says that the game dictates, and I agree with Cilia.
What does he say? Every game has what? Its own personality?
Yeah, its own personality.
That's what it is.
He says, if you want to ask what the run-pass ratio is, tell me what the score. Ask me. Tell me what the score is in the fourth quarter. I'll tell you what the run-pass ratio is. And I'm sorry, but I don't subscribe to that. Cilio said it perfectly, and he said, "You're the Philadelphia Eagles. Impose your will. Don't let the game dictate what you run and how you run it and when you run it. Impose your will. You want to run the ball, run the ball. You want to pass the ball, pass the ball."
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I subscribe to. I don't think you can sit back and say, "Hey, the game went this way, so we did this." I mean, of course, that's going to dictate to some extent. But I do think if you go into every game thinking, I have no control over how much I can run or how much I can pass, I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure, at least in my eyes, you are.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Again, thanks for Jalen Hurts. The Eagles have that 4-point lead right now as the Dallas Cowboys now are lining up inside the tunnel and getting ready to come back out into or onto Lincoln Financial Field, where they're going to get a 15-minute, both clubs will get a 15-minute warm-up, and then play will resume. And we'll bring you all the action, of course, at 11:30, which is when play will resume. And when it does, there'll be 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the Eagles will be in possession
of the football. So that's how the third quarter, or that's how the game will resume with the Eagles in possession and a critical possession. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them go down and score. What I don't want to see is a fast 3 and out.
Yeah, no, you don't want to see that. I mean, I don't think they've had a 3 and out.
They
tonight.
have not.
No, they haven't. So I think you're in a good spot. But I mean, like you pointed to it earlier, what does this weather delay do for the team? You know, that was kind of in rhythm and everything like that. So I think there's a lot to figure out here. But they are coming out in the tunnel now. They're walking out as we're watching here. The play will resume at 11:30. It's 11:15 now, so the team's about to take the field, and then play will resume in 15 minutes. Let's get to the commercial break because I got to get back to the studio and make sure I'm set up ready to go for the post-game show. So I'll take a quick break, and then you'll come back.
I'll come back up, and we'll get ready to resume play. You're watching the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, and we appreciate you being with us tonight.
And James Carver, thank you, brother. We appreciate your support. That's not his only super chat today. So, James, I love you, brother, and I appreciate you, man, for all the support you give to the channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you, James. Appreciate you, man.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured, and folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
And back here on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, 3/4 of play on this game one of the 2025 season between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Moves and transitions into quarter number 4 with Dallas in possession of the football, trailing by 4, 15 minutes to play in this game one. We'll see how it all turns out. Don't forget, coming up, as soon as the game concludes, we'll redirect you right to the post-game show. Xander Krause and John McMullen and Big Sills, all tonight coming up on the post-game show. Lot to talk about already. 3/4 in the books, 24-20 Philadelphia. Following a long, lengthy weather delay where the teams spent, what would you say, 25 minutes or so inside the locker room and then came out for a 15-minute warm-up before then coming out and playing a quick 4 minutes and 44 seconds in that remaining third quarter. Fourth quarter now set to go here down at Lincoln Financial Field. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys. 1 quarter of play. Here we go. Prescott now moving our left to right. Snapping from the 49 on a 3rd and 10. It's a big third down. Takes a shot, got a first down. Football went up in the air. CD Lamb had it, but he couldn't bring it in, and it's incomplete. And the Eagles get a stop, and Dallas will have to punt. And that pass looked to be right on the money to CD Lamb. I don't know if Blankenship was able to deflect that pass, but nevertheless, incomplete. A bullet to CD Lamb hit him right in the hands and went off his helmet and went straight up in the air. Fortunate for Dallas that the Eagles didn't pick it off. Dallas now will have to punt. So a stop for the Eagles following a stop by the Cowboys. High booming punt down to the 14-yard line, which is where the Eagles will take over. They'll have a 1st down and 10. Oh, man, that was a big stop for the defense. And CeeDee Lamb was wide open. You're going to be a great receiver in this league. You got to make that catch 10 out of 10 times, CeeDee Lamb. 14:46 remaining here in the football game. 24-20, Eagles back in possession. They'll start first down and 10. They'll start on their 13-yard line. Still waiting to see if A.J. Brown gets into the action. 16 routes, 0 targets so far for A.J. Brown. Empty backfield. Barkley goes wide left. Hurts is in, out of the gun. Standing on his own 8. Here comes the pressure. They've got pressure on him. He gets free. Gets Barkley and completes the pass to Barkley, and he's out over the 20-yard line. It'll bring up a second down for the Eagles. Cowboys starting to get pressure now on Jalen. Gain of 8 on the pitch and catch with Barkley, second down and 2. Calcaterra goes in motion for the Birds. Give us to Barkley. Straight up. Nothing there for Saquon as Dallas shuts him down. No gain. Third down. Nealon for the Cowboys hit Barkley before he made it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 1. Push. Hurts under center. 3rd and 1, 13:20 to go. Push. Did he get there? I don't know if he made it. I don't think he made it. The first push of the 2025 season. Wait a minute. Did Jalen get it or not? They're saying he did, and it's good for a first down. Oh, man, it didn't look like he made it, but the officials give him the spot. Let's take a look at it. Whoo, man, was that close. They may have gotten a gift there. Nevertheless, first down. And now a flag comes down before the snap. And Dallas gets flagged for having 12 men on the field. 12:46 remaining. Eagles rack a new set of downs. First down and 10. First down and 5 following the penalty. Hurts is up under center. Barkley will line up behind Calcaterra. Give us to Barkley. Tries to go right. Tries to get to the outside. He does. Gets out close to the first down marker. He'll be short of the line to gain by a yard. Might see the tush push again. After they take a shot down the field to A.J. Brown. So 2nd and 1. Hurts up under center. Barkley behind him, 5 yards deep. 2nd down and 1, 11:45. Here comes Barkley. Does he get there? He does not. And he actually is pulled back. And that front 4 for Dallas is tightening up front. It's now 3rd down for the Eagles. So now 3rd down and 1. Eagles 6 of 8 on 3rd down conversions. Tush push again. Jalen lines up. Snaps. On second effort, he gets it. They stood him up, and then on second effort, Hurts converts again. So another 1st down courtesy of the tush push. 10:33 remaining, 24-20, Eagles in possession. This appears to be one of those possessions where they're going to eat up a lot of clock. 1st down and 10. Snap to Hurts out of the gun, swings to Devontae Smith. Smith finally gets a little bit of room. Picks up good positive yardage. Short pass. Short pitch and catch to Devontae. His 3rd of the night. Gain 7. Call it 2nd down and 3 for Philadelphia. Hurts on his own 35. Out of the gun. Barkley is to his right. Right to left go the Birds. Hurts dropping pressure. Flips it. Barkley with a one-hand catch. Stays on his feet. Breaks a tackle. Gets out to the 1st down marker. Puts his shoulder down and gets the 1st down. So another 1st down for Philadelphia. All Saquon Barkley that time. But they moved the sticks. 1st down. Pressure again on Hurts. First down and 10 on the 45-yard line. Here comes Barkley again. Barkley's heading the backfield, and he's brought down. He'll lose 5 yards. What is going on with the offensive line of the Eagles? Or what is happening from a Dallas perspective? Because they are shutting down the front. Big stop by James Houston. 2nd down for Philadelphia. Barkley loses 4. 2nd down and 14. 8:29 remaining. And Hurts has to take a timeout as the play clock was about to expire. 8 minutes, 26 seconds remaining. Philadelphia in possession of the football and leading 24-20. Back in a moment.
If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group, Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group, Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426. That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone.
And back here on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, we've got a plan for you as well. The Green Zone will be with you every game this season as we get into the Sunday games. We'll update you on all of the scores from around the league in real time. We've got a lot of great surprises and a lot of cool stuff that we're going to build out in the Green Zone as the season goes on, and we appreciate everyone being with us for the night and everyone being with us through that weather delay. We're in the 4th quarter. The Eagles are in possession of the football. They're in one of those possessions where they're going to start to eat the clock, and they're doing so by grinding out first downs. 2 first downs on this drive, courtesy of the tush push, as they bang forward. But that Dallas defensive front is all starting to put pressure on Jalen, and they're tightening up those running lanes. So we'll see if they can get a stop and get a possession back. 24-20. There was only 1 field goal scored in the third quarter, and no points put up on the board so far here in quarter number 4. Set to go and set to begin as the Eagles are in possession of the football following the Eagles timeout. They'll have a 2nd down and 14 after Barkley lost 4 yards on that last carry. Second and 14. Dickerson, it looks like he's out of the game. 8:26 remaining, fourth quarter. Snap is to Jalen. He's under pressure again. Now he rolls to the right. Rolling, and then he fires, and he just throws it out of bounds into the Dallas sideline. That'll bring up third down and 14. Remember Dickerson in that first half is now in the locker room, and he looks like he's done for the day, done for the night. Toth is in to replace Dickerson. That's trouble. Third down and 14, Jalen at the 35 out of the gun. Here comes Dallas again. Pressure, fires, pass complete. That's Goddard out at midfield, has it short of the first down sticks. It's now 4th down. Jalen looking over to Nick Sirianni. Let's see what they'll do. They're right at midfield. 7:55 and counting. Jalen stays on the field. Eagles are going to go for it. It's 4th and 5. Do you like the call? I'm not sure I do. Even if they convert. Hurts on the 45, on his own 45, out of the gun. Goddard changes from right to left. And the Eagles were looking to draw them off. They take the 5-yard penalty for the delay of game. And now the punting team will come out. So Dak and the offense will get the football back, man in the punt. 7:27 remaining. Turpin goes back deep for the Cowboys. Snap, the man is clean. No pressure. Turpin's going to watch the football sail out of bounds. And we'll see where they mark it. Like it's out at the 13-yard line, and that is where Dallas will take over with a 1st down and 10. 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the football game. It's still Philadelphia 24 and the Dallas Cowboys 20. We'll pause for a 60-second break and then bring you back to the green zone with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys in possession.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he matters. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, for thepeople.com.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
And we're back here live on the JAKIB Sports Green Room, or Green Zone, rather. It is a green room, but we're part of the Green Zone. New for 2025. We'll be with you all season long. here on the JAKIB Sports Network. Don't forget, coming up after the game, we'll redirect you right to the post-game show with Xander Krause, John McMullen, and Big Sills. John McMullen, of course, checking in from Lincoln Financial Field. We'll keep you updated on all of the post-game interviews, and John McMullen will also have some injury updates. Again, big news, Landon Dickerson walked off the field, but in excruciating pain. In that first half, there was at one point a play where Dickerson actually got up off the turf and was holding his back. So the injury may have occurred in the first half and then was exacerbated in the third quarter. Here's Prescott. There's CeeDee Lamb out at the 20. He's got it, and he's knocked out of bounds by Quinyon Mitchell, but not before he picks up a first down. First down and 10. 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. This is a critical drive for the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb has his 7th reception of the night. He should have 8. He dropped the key one on the last possession. 24-20, 6:50. Prescott under the gun or under center. Now he hands the football off, but nothing there as Williams was bottled up. Davis again. Hunt was there. Campbell was there. Loss of 2, second down and 12. Hearing now, Landon Dickerson questionable on whether or not he'll be able to return. Empty backfield. Prescott under pressure to Turpin. Nothing there. Pass complete, but the Eagles shut it down. Campbell again. Pressure on Prescott. It'll bring up a third down and 10. Down to 5 minutes, 5:40 remaining, fourth quarter. A tale of two different halves. 3rd and 10 for Prescott. Now Williams moves out into the slot. Empty backfield for Prescott. Here comes pressure again. Prescott under pressure. Floats it out over to Williams. Williams has it, and he bangs forward as he gets out to the 33-yard line. Prescott under immense pressure. And Williams is well short of picking up the first down. Cowboys have to punt. Under 5 and clock continues to move. 4th and 7. Dallas will punt. High, big, booming punt. Fair catch. And the Eagles will take over as Dotson back on return. Hauls it in. 4 minutes, 43 seconds remaining. Eagles 24, Dallas 20. In what might be the drive that closes out the game. Don't forget, coming up at the end of the game, it's our JAKIB Sports post-game show. And we'll be right back here next week, next Sunday, as the Eagles go to Kansas City for the home opener for the Chiefs. The Green Zone will be with you all game long, and we'll keep you updated on all of the other scores and highlights and everything else that's happening around the National Football League as we make our debut tonight of the Green Zone here across the JAKIB Sports Network. What a strange second half it has been. It was a fast-paced first half, a lot to talk about, including the spitting incident with Jalen Carter. That will get dissected and there'll be that, and social media will go crazy with that. And then we'll deal with that as a part of the aftermath. And then this second half had a weather delay because of lightning. And then both offenses have not been able to get going here in the second half. One field goal scored in the second half extended the Eagles' lead from 21-20 to 24-20, and that's it. That's all we have here in the second half. We're under 5 minutes to play. Eagles will have possession of the football. It'll be a 1st down and 10. Critical drive for the Birds. Will A.J. Brown get a call in the last 5 minutes or 4:40? What will A.J. have to say when the game is over? 4:43 remaining, 1st and 10, Eagles. Here we go. 1st down and 10. Jalen out of the gun. Barkley behind him. Jalen on his own 19. The give is to Barkley. Straight up ahead for Barkley. Nothing there. 2nd down. Cowboys stacking the box right now. 2nd down. No Landon Dickerson. Lanes are tight. 2nd and 10. No gain for Saquon. 4:10 remaining. Jalen's using every second of the play clock. Stands again on his 19. Barkley to his left. Looks to fire. Pulls down. Now he's under pressure. Now he runs 25, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 26-yard line over on the Eagles sideline. Williams fell on top of Hurts, but Hurts is up and making his way back to the huddle. Clock is stopped at 3:55. Third down and 7. Gain of 3 on that Hurts run after he was flushed out of the pocket. 3:55 remaining. Jalen again out of the gun. Barkley is to his left. Now to snap. Here comes Dallas. Blitz. Jalen is forced out. He's under pressure. His pass is complete to Devontae Smith, well short of the stick, or to Dotson rather, well short of the sticks. And it's 4th down, and the Eagles will have to punt as the Dallas defense tightens up. And with 3:36 remaining here in the 4th quarter, they're going to get the football back. Dotson was 3 yards in front of the sticks and didn't get a yard after the catch. Man in the punt. 3:10. Clock moving. 4th and 3. Clean snap to man. High punt. Bounces out of bounds. Turpin's not going to get a chance to run it back. We'll see where they spot it. 3:02 remaining. Prescott and the offense coming back. It's the Green Zone on the JAKIB Sports Network. Back in a moment.
If you're a small business owner, a 1099 employee, or a contractor and you need help with your health insurance, do you know who to call? We're here to help. We are JSH Group, Healthcare Solutions of PA, and we've been helping our friends and neighbors for over 20 years. With all the changes happening in the health insurance industry, there's no need to worry. JSH Group, Healthcare Solutions of PA has you covered 24/7, 365 days a year. Contact broker owner Jan Riegel directly at 610-483-8426 That's 610-483-8426. At JSH Group Healthcare Solutions of PA, we provide customizable plans fitting any specific need because we have a plan for everyone.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
Set to go back here on the Green Zone, game number 1 of the 2025 season. Thanks for being with us all night long, including working through that weather delay, as the Dallas Cowboys now will take possession of the football. They'll have 3 minutes to get a touchdown. They'll have a first down and 10. It's a tale of two halves, with only one Eagles field goal coming in the third quarter. See what this Dallas offense can do. It'll be a first down and 10 for the Cowboys. 3 minutes, 2 seconds remaining. Prescott breaks the huddle. He'll start out of the gun. First down and 10. He's on his own, or they're on their own 18-yard line. Prescott, pass, caught. Ferguson's got it. One-hand catch. Great catch, actually. Steps out of bounds. Second down. Right in front of Zach Bond. Steps out of bounds, stops the clock, gain of 5, second down and 5. Snap to Prescott. Pressure. They got him. He gets it off. Oh, and his pass is almost picked off as Prescott was under pressure. Mitchell went right through his hands, intended for CeeDee Lamb. Call it third down and 5. Zach had trouble with the snap, and then he felt the pressure coming, and Mitchell had it in his hands, but he couldn't hold it. Third down and 5. 2:52 remaining. This is a critical play. Snap, time, plenty of time. Wide open pass, complete to Pickens, and he's got it, and it's good for a first down. On Jackson, good catch by Pickens, first down Dallas. Good throw by Dak. First and 10. Football out to the 38-yard line. There's 2:47 remaining in the game. Williams to the left of Prescott. Snap to Prescott, who's in the gun. He's taking a shot. Downfield, he's got a man, and CeeDee Lamb had it, and he dropped it, and it came up in the arms, and then it fell to the turf. CeeDee Lamb had it, dropped it, ball went up in the air. It looks like Blankenship had a shot at it, but couldn't pull it in. Right in the hands of CeeDee Lamb. Right in his hands. And he dropped it. Oh, my. And then Blankenship couldn't pull it in. A break for the Birds. Second down and 10. 2:40 now. Snap to Prescott. Here comes pressure. Wide open again. Pass intended for Ferguson, but broken up by Cooper DeJean, or Shoemaker rather. Had it. Broken up by DeJean. Incomplete. Third and 10. I got to tell you what, if you're a CeeDee Lamb fan, that's 2 drops from CeeDee Lamb tonight that were right in the hands. Here we go. 3rd down and 10. 2:33 remaining. 24-20 Birds. Play clock down to 2. Snap is to Prescott out of the gun. Do they get any pressure? They do. Now he throws it. Now his pass is complete to Williams. He's going to be short of the 1st down. They're going to have to go for it here. It'll bring up a 4th down. 2:19 clock continues to run. Whether or not Zach or Dak will let it run down or to the 2-minute warning or not. 4th and 3. They snap from the 44-yard line. 2:02, 2:01, and he's going to let it go to the 2-minute warning and go talk about it with his head coach. With 2 minutes remaining, it's 4th down and 3 from the 44-yard line. 2 minutes left in the football game. 24-20. Back on the Green Zone after this. Remember, we're powered by Morgan & Morgan.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car, things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
And back here on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network, 2 minutes to play in this one. Don't forget, coming up at the end, we'll redirect you right to the post-game show with Joe Krause and Big Sills. John McMullen will check in from the stadium. 4th down and 3. Prescott will stand in the gun on the 40. Williams will be to his right. Bond showing blitz. Snap to Prescott. Here comes Bond. He's got an open receiver. It's C.D. Lamb, and he can't get it as he reaches out for the football, and C.D. Lamb cannot pull it in, and the Eagles hold, and Lamb should have caught the football. He did not. Prescott put it right where it was supposed to be, and your number one receiver reaches out, and he can't pull it in, and the Eagles will take over on downs, 1st down and 10. On the money, Blankenship was beat. Lamb had him. It hit him in his fingers, but he was airborne, and he was unable to pull it in, and it's out on downs, and the Eagles will take over as Jalen Hurts and the offense will come out. 154, 1st down and 10. Barkley in the backfield. The give is to Barkley. He's tackled from behind. 2nd down. We'll see if Dallas takes an immediate timeout. They do. 2nd down. They take their first of 3. They have 2 timeouts remaining. CeeDee Lamb in the blue just went into the blue tent. I mean, 3 drops by C.D. Lamb are the difference in this football game in the second half. No doubt about it. Second down for the Birds. 151 now. Here we go. Hurts is going to throw. Pass is complete. There's A.J. Brown with the completion. His first of the game. Short of the 1st down. It was a 2nd down and 11. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Dallas takes their 2nd timeout. 142 remaining. A.J. Brown with his first catch of the night. Third down and 3, 145. Remember, Dallas has one more timeout. There's 145 on the clock. Hurts out of the gun. Barkley goes in motion far right. Empty backfield behind Hurts on a 3rd and 3. I'm not sure I like the setup. Hurts, pressure, flushed out. Gets the first down. Jalen Hurts decides, I'll take it and I'll get it. And he picks up the first down. And that's the nail in the coffin. As 1:27, Dallas will take their final timeout. But Jalen Hurts, with an empty backfield, patient enough to wait for the lane, sees it, takes it, jukes to the right, and then cuts back up over the first down marker. And that's going to do it for the game tonight, barring any sort of crazy finish. Coming up at the end of the game, we'll redirect you right to the JAKIB Sports post-game show. Xander Krause and Big Sills standing by. 1st and 10. Victory formation. And now some extracurricular activities down on the field. And this game is going to end as a final, 24-20. Another snap in the victory formation. And Jalen will snap it one more time. And Jalen kneels it down, and that is going to do it. Your final score, Eagles 24, Dallas 20. Thanks for being with us on the Green Zone across the JAKIB Sports Network. We're taking you right to the postgame right now.